everybody doing? It's Debra Dixon-Anderson here from the Gold Wellness Circle and Light of Gold PR. And welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday is a live stream that we do every Wednesday. And we like to talk about, all sorts of tips for self care. It's really super important that we do that. And so I just wanted to share some tips from our Gold Wellness Circle nonprofit. Where, hey, how are you, girl? Yeah, reach out to me. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. So let's dive into it. So I started Gold Wellness Circle as a wellness initiative in response to COVID. Really started like back in March or April of 2020. We got our website up and we just started doing fundraisers. We started doing Zumba. We started having yoga and meditation in those earlier days of COVID, just to create a sense of community and to help all of us kind of stay well, stay mentally well, emotionally well, physically well in all areas of our lives. So that we just kind of continued with it. It just turned into a nonprofit. And so I'm very excited about that. And with the Gold Wellness Circle, we create wellness programming, all things about self care, providing resources, classes, workshops. We do two signature events every year. One is our Alzheimer's event that we're going to be hosting in June in New Jersey. I do that event every year in honor of my mom, Tootie, who had Alzheimer's, and she passed away at the end of 2020 from Alzheimer's. So I love producing that event to share information about brain health and staying healthy and how to take care of loved ones who have Alzheimer's. So in that event, we usually host it at a venue like a college or a park. And we have exercise, Zumba, meditation, all things wellness, as well as information from the from the Alzheimer's Association. So this event is partnered with them. And we also love to be able to do some fundraising, but most importantly, raise awareness around Alzheimer's. Secondly, we do the Women's Wellness event every October in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am this year a 5-year breast cancer survivor. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. So I'm very excited about that. And so every year we host an event to teach women about how to take care of themselves. It's like a muscle that we always need to stretch about self-care, but also learning about tools like, mammograms, breast checks, learning about healthy eating and exercise. So within that event, we usually have some wonderful programming. Hey, Wanda, I see you, girl. How you doing? Oh, it's been a minute. So for that event that we do every October, we always like to spread awareness about how to stay healthy, how to early detection is key when it comes to breast cancer. I was diagnosed at stage 2, and so if I can get one woman to get their mammogram and to maybe find out early if they have breast cancer, I feel like I would have done my job. So within this event, we like to educate women about how to take better care of themselves. It's really, really super important. So that event is coming up in October. So go to the goldwellnesscircle.com to find out more information about what we're working on. And anybody who wants to join this call, if you do all things wellness, I'm going to bring my friend Tony Smith is going to join hopefully next week or the week after. And he's going to share some tips about meditation. He did a wonderful job at our last Alzheimer's event that was last year. So I'm hoping to bring Tony on soon. And I will, if you check social media, you'll see when we'll be having him on as a guest on this live stream. So here's the other thing. Go to goldwellnesscircle.com. Feel free to reach out to us through the website. And if you want to join our list, we can let you know ahead of time everything that we have going on. So we're just going to dive right into it. Self-care. Self-care is one of those things that in the midst of running a business, taking care of a family, maybe taking care of a partner, working, because you could also have a business and as a side hustle and still be working for an employer. All the things that we do within our week, all the errands that we run, everything that we do, a lot of times we put ourselves last on that list. Everything else is at the top of the list, and we're all the way at the bottom. And when we are at the bottom, guess what happens? A lot of our self care goes out the window. We just don't get it done, and then hopefully we'll get it done tomorrow, whether it's treating yourself, whether it's writing in your journal. All of these are great ways to kind of take care of yourself. Definitely put yourself at the top of the list. So that's like number one. If you need to set reminders to do certain things, if you need to send an invite for an event to yourself to make sure that you're staying on track with your self-care, then that's what you should do. And sometimes we use those external cues to make sure we remind ourselves to take care of ourselves. So writing in a journal is really, really great. It's something that I like to do. I don't do that nearly enough, but I do love doing it just to just kind of pull things out of my own brain, my own mind. And it helps with awareness, because a lot of times we're on autopilot, right? We could sometimes be in a bad situation, whether it's a toxic relationship, a toxic job, coworkers, friends, people. And because we are so busy just running and on this treadmill of life, that we stay in these situations because we're just not aware. We're just not staying in tune with ourselves. And what a journal does, for me, my journal starts with "Dear God, here's what's going on with me," as if you didn't know. But that's usually the way I like to journal. And then I'll just write out, what my days look like, what I'm struggling with, just some things, just pulling them out of my own head. And sometimes when I do that, I see solutions for different things. I might combine that with prayer and meditation. Those are some other tips as well. I've been on this wonderful meditation call. A couple of my friends in New Jersey are also on this call. I got to thank, Anthony Smith, Tony, for even introducing me to the group. But I love meditation. Now, the call is usually 45 minutes. We're on Zoom. I totally love it. However, I have not worked up to 45 minutes yet. If I can do up to 20 minutes before my brain starts swirling, that's about all I could do right now. And so each time I try to like stretch out the time a little bit longer, I'll try to have some time of prayer, just some deep breathing, just to get myself ready for the day rather than just jumping into the day, grabbing your coffee or water and then just starting work. So I try to make sure that I'm taking some time out for myself. And everybody, please, everybody who's watching this, go ahead and drop something on Instagram. Drop something as a comment, whether you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you're watching this from. Please feel free to comment, because I always love to mention the comments on these live streams. But making sure you're taking that time out to take care of yourself by doing some meditation or journaling is just something that's really important. Some people don't like the quietness of doing it. I personally love it, because after that time, I'm usually, busy, whether I'm talking to team members, clients on Zoom calls, going to physical in-person meetings now, whether it's in person in New York or New Jersey, or whether it's on Zoom. It just becomes a lot. So it's just something that we always have to be mindful of, to take out that time to just breathe and just to be present, in the present moment, in quiet. And it has to be without distractions, right? So no distractions, like your phone, like the TV, like the radio. Just shut it all down and just be able to just be still. And so that's what meditation does for me. It just allows me to breathe and to be still before I dive into the day. So I highly recommend meditation, and we'll get Tony on to share some tips on meditation. So there's meditation and exercise. I love to exercise. Some of you have seen me doing Zumba. I usually stream that. I love Zumba. I love working out at the gym. I love walking with my friends, the Feisties, every Friday. I love all things exercise. I'm always trying to raise the bar with that. For some of you, it may look like yoga. Yoga's great too. I personally love the music, the combination of movement, music, and dance. For me, it is like an energy shot for me. So I love Zumba, but for some of you, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's walking, maybe it's running, whatever it is, getting that exercise in to take care of yourself is super important to make sure that you get a chance to do that. Just making sure you're even going outside. I personally, I don't think it's healthy just to stay in all the time. I know with COVID, especially in 2020, maybe a little bit of 2021, everybody was kind of cooped up inside their houses. We were told we couldn't go anywhere and except to do certain things. And I think it could be kind of depressing to just be inside all the time. So it's just good, even for this part of the country, in the Northeast, our days are a lot shorter now. So even that seasonal depression that sometimes can happen because it's dark by 4:30, well, now it's 5. So we already know that we're on our way in the right direction. We're headed to spring. But the sun rises later and then it sets earlier. And that could be really tough for a lot of people. And so what I try to make sure that I do is just get outside, just to see daylight, to see if I'm working from home or I'm working on Zoom, just having the windows open, being able to go outside, breathe in some fresh air, be able to see the sun. I think it's just important for the times that we can get it in. So, just will highly recommend that. Just go outside. According to Science Daily, it suggests spending time outside helps you sleep better at night, reduces stress levels, boosts mental health, and stimulates the immune system. So going outside is really, really important. So make sure you try to incorporate that. When you look good, you feel good, right? This can be everybody. I'm a woman, so I can speak from the perspective of, getting nails done, makeup, hair, all of those things, massage, all of that makes us feel good, right? So it's always good to do that as often as we can afford to do it because it's something that really makes us feel good. And so, I'm all for that. So getting hair done, nails, makeup, all of that is just super, super great. We should always try to get it in. And so let's talk about like the mental health first aid.org. This particular tip talks about the statistics of, according to the mental health first aid benefits of self-care is enhances self-confidence. 64% increases productivity by 67% and happiness by 71%. And so those are the benefits of self-care. That those are the percentages according to the mental health first aid.org organization. You can look it up yourself. Go to the article on how to practice self-care. And these are the benefits. It enhances your self-confidence by 64%, your productivity by 67%, and your happiness by 71%. So self-care really benefits all people. If you are a caregiver, like I was for my mom, Tootie, before she passed away, self-care is even more important. If you are taking care of children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, grandparents, whoever it is you're providing care for, and maybe it's both. Maybe you're taking you're kind of in that middle sandwich generation. You're taking care of not just children, but also mom and dad or grandparents. Self-care is even more important. It's just critical because if you don't take care of yourself, you're also prone to more sicknesses and illnesses. And it's just like that saying when you're on the plane, if it's going down, you have to put that mask on yourself before you can even take care of your baby or your children, because then, if there's fumes or anything, you'll start to pass out, right? So put the mask on yourself, and then you could take care of other people. So make sure you put yourself first. Make yourself numero uno. So We also, for our business people, we have our business women. And in particular, we have our Gold Women's Business Connect annual conference coming up in New York at Mercy College, right at West 34th Street. So if you're in New Jersey or wherever you are, feel free to come. Just go ahead and go to our lightofgoldpr.com page and go ahead and sign up. And so I'll be on next week again, hopefully with a guest. Thanks everybody for listening and chiming in. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye bye.